I'm here with Mattei from matteirealty.ca. Merry Christmas. It's that time of year again. It's a good time to be alive and healthy with family. However, there are some difficult times at the end of this year, and they're characterized by fringes and symptoms of poverty, which you should know about. I've listened on the radio recently and heard news such as the Alberta Humane Society is no longer taking pets. They're overwhelmed with people who can't afford to keep their pets any longer. The Toronto and Ottawa food banks have had 1 million more users at this time this year than they did last year. That's incredible. And on top of that, and probably the most embarrassing for this country, there's a rise in scurvy in Canada. And the reason why is people cannot afford the periphery of the grocery store, meaning fresh produce, frozen meats, or refrigerated meats, milks. They're staying down the middle of the store because they can't afford the outside of the store. Poverty is no longer in this country a symptom of this disfortunate or have had issues otherwise outside of their life. There's a walking poor that's happening. And it's alarming at the rate at which it's happening. These are people with jobs that can't afford food after they pay their rent. So what can you do? And that's the next most important thing. You have to do something, because if you don't teach people how to swim, they drag you down drowning. We all have to help each other. It's a community. One day it could be us waiting for some help. Now, a couple of things I'd like to discuss. First and foremost, Canada Post is on strike. Their timing stinks, okay, at this time of year, especially for charities, mainly because this is when they receive most of the donations from private and corporate companies. You can still help. Here's how. First of all, there are companies out there that will accept donations of clothing and other items. Be careful. There's an hypocrisy to them as well. Here's why. If you give them something for free, they turn around and sell it in their store. And if it doesn't sell there, they sell clothes by the ton in the third world. Can you imagine? Now, it's better than throwing them away, because ending up in a landfill is a tragedy unto itself. But there's a better option, and that's the Salvation Army. My wife and I used to take an inventory of everything we had in the house every 4 or 5 months and decide, I'm not going to wear this anytime soon. It goes in this bag. This houseware item, like a plate or something, isn't useful to us right now. Someone else needs it. And we brought it to the Salvation Army. Unfortunately, the location at Jane and Lawrence, which I have to commend the people who volunteered there, the windows were beautiful. It made people have a dignified shopping experience. It was lovely, but it's since closed. However, the Salvation Army is a church. And I want to explain a few things to you. They have core values of hope, which is true. If you go in there, they offer that hope to people. They service the people who enter the store. And most significantly, and I think for anyone who's been hard luck, knows to be afforded the opportunity for dignity is a big deal. And that's what these people do. So on top of that, there's stewardship, which means they responsibly manage the resources. They are a true not-for-profit. When you deliver items to them, they actually help people in your community. They not only deal with clothing, they have, food banks, social services, emergency disasters, and so forth. So the way it works, you go to the local thrift store. It's easy to find a location. There's tons of them here in Ontario. You go around the back and you give them your donation. Prior to that, when you're at home, get your children involved. Show them how important it is to give back to the people around you. Give each of your family members a garbage bag. Let them take an inventory of what they do or don't need in each of their bedrooms. Label the bag. Boys 8 to 10, girls this or that, ladies, men's. Then as a family, go through the house and find the toys and other things like plates or glasses you don't need. Carefully pack those and bring them to that thrift store. I'm telling you, I've seen it firsthand. This year has been very hard. The government claims that they're helping with an HST rebate. It's a slap in the face. It's a Band-Aid on an open wound. People are struggling to pay for food, much less worry about a rebate for 2 months. Okay, so as this happens, the best thing we could do is help each other. And I'm expressing that the Salvation Army is the most sincere opportunity for you to do that for someone who probably lives a few doors down from you. So if you have a chance, please take the opportunity to go to a local Salvation Army and donate well, especially now that the postal strikes are placed. They're struggling more than ever to get the help they need to people who need it. I'm Eric Mattei from matteirealty.ca. Take care of each other. Have a great day.